Does it seem like something triggers your symptoms one day, but then the next day it doesn't, or vice versa? There's a reason why this happens, and it's something that I like to call understanding your trigger load. So when we're thinking about IBS symptoms, they're triggered by things that don't necessarily cause IBS, food being one of those examples. Food does not cause IBS, but because of IBS, certain foods can be triggers of symptoms. So when we're thinking about your trigger load and when things are triggering versus not, we have to look at what's contributing and causing your IBS, because if that cause hasn't been addressed or if it is heightened, for instance, if you just got a foodborne illness again, or maybe you've gone through a really stressful period of time, then those things are going to contribute to less tolerance to those triggers that are coming in, meaning more symptoms. As you do identify your triggers though, it's important to understand the load. So if you think about things like a bucket, you have a certain tolerance to different triggers coming in, and each trigger has like its own little bucket, and then you have the bigger bucket of all of the triggers together. If you fill the bucket halfway, so let's say one trigger comes in, then you're likely not going to have symptoms because your bucket's not overflowing. But if you're filling the bucket with multiple different triggers all at once, that bucket will overflow and then you may have symptoms. For example, if sleep is a trigger and then stress is a trigger and FODMAPs are a trigger. One day, let's say you wake up and you have a higher FODMAP breakfast. Let's say it's a smoothie made with mango and you don't have any symptoms. But the next night you didn't sleep well at all, so low sleep. You wake up and you have that same smoothie with the mango, and then something happens whenever you log into work that heightens your stress. Now you're in an IBS flare and you're having more symptoms. It's not just that, oh, that smoothie no longer works for me. It's that you exceeded that trigger load for your body. This is especially important to understand for those who are continuing to restrict and eliminate foods based off of like one experience with that food, because there may be more to that picture that's not being addressed, putting you in a state of more restriction than you actually need.